Hello, Scorpio. Mars is in the sign of Cancer until the 8th, to then ingress into the sign of Leo on the 8th. And Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn all month long. Now on the 6th, Mars is trine Saturn. And that's going to give you some vindication. You're going to feel like you're finally getting somewhere when you feel what you deserve and that kind of thing. And that's because of Mars being in Cancer until the 8th and Saturn being in Scorpio. Okay, currently. But Saturn's going to be direct in Scorpio, that's why. Alright. Now, let's see how your ruling planets of Mars and Pluto affect you this month, Scorpio. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your guardian angel, Gabriel, who rules over all the water signs. And your specific Scorpio angel, Barchiel, who resides over your fixed water nature, and these are his messages for you in love, money, and health. Okay, first we're going to go into the love transmission. What you're going to find during August is a less draconian approach to relationships. You're going to find that people and yourself are going to tend to be, less, again, draconian. They're not going to be so heavy-handed or stern when it comes to relationship laws. I'm talking about their personal laws of what you need to do in order to have friendships or family relationships, where people can be friendly within the family, or, even getting along with your spouses, significant others, people like that, or, new romantic interests. So it'll be it doesn't mean that people will be giving up their personal boundaries or their integrity, but it means that they will be, again, less heavy-handed, where it is so strict. Keep in mind, though, with that said, that the minute you release any little rule that you have in place, people will walk right over it. People will always return to whatever behavior, will get them, they're going to do whatever they want, is what I'm trying to say. People do whatever they want. And when there is not a restriction, they come right through. They'll go right back to their old behavior. So just understand that this is why you don't really need the law of attraction. The law of attraction is put in place by the tension between our rules, our defense mechanisms, and everybody else trying to come in. And as Billy Phillips says from the Kabbalah Center, he always says that you don't need the law of attraction, that the law of repulsion is what is there, because we repel other people through our defense mechanisms because of fear. So the minute a defense mechanism is released, people come right in, but they come right in with their agenda, not yours. You understand? So people don't learn in such a way that, okay, I really taught them a lesson. No, you didn't. And the minute all you did was put up a boundary. And the minute you release that boundary, they'll go right back. So, just understand that. Because it's just the nature of the physical domain, the realm of flesh. It's the world of what? Saya? It's the character of the realm of flesh to do whatever it wants. All right. So that will sort of help you understand your personal relationships better. And also, another point is that romance in August may be put on hold because of people's concerns over status and reputation. So if people feel like, I want to have a certain relationship or a certain friendship or communicate with certain members of my family, well, I can't do that because I have to be focused on my status and my reputation, and I have to, do this and do that in order to have all these, that kind of thing. And there's not a judgment on that. It's neither here nor there, whether that's right or wrong. That's not the point. The point is that's what's going to happen. So just be aware of that. And of course, everything changes. That will lighten up at another time. But right now, this month, if people don't want to have a relationship with you, it's because they're worried about their status and reputation, and vice versa. If you don't want to have a relationship with them, it's because you're worried about your status and reputation. So, everyone, feels a little haughty at the moment, and that they're better than everybody else. And everybody feels the same, that they're better than everybody else at the moment. But just understand everybody feels that way, and try to get along with yourself, and it'll all work out. Okay, now on the 14th, the new moon on the 14th is in Leo. It's in the sign of Leo. And this will give you the ability to say no to people easier. It's going to make it easier for everybody to say no to people. So just understand that. And if you feel like being dismissive of others, understand that they will also be dismissive of you. And this is not where your strength lies. Where your strength lies is in the fact that you're a water sign and you have the ability to understand. Now, Mars is is a planet that is able to push its will on others. And Pluto is a kind of the great keeper of the collective Jungian unconscious and all the shadow side stuff and all the attributes of things that have been frozen in time and the people are unaware of. That can be thought out sometime and people aren't paying attention and scare people and all that because it's just monsters from the past. That's all it is. But it is, again, the great collective unconscious. So what you want to understand is that you can say no quickly and easily to people in such a way, when you know what you're dealing with. But you might not know what you're dealing with and feel that you need to get along with everybody because of Pluto. But Mars gives you the ability to be stern with people. But what you want to do is understand that your heart might be being neglected. And we'll get to that in the health transmission. Okay. Now to get into the money transmission, you're going to understand, this is from Barchiel, you want to understand what motivates others. And that'll be easier the first part of August. You're going to have a more clear understanding, especially through the 8th. You're going to understand what causes people to buy something, or what causes people to, say, yes, I want to subscribe to that, or I want to buy that, or I want to, whatever. What triggers someone to buy something. You're going to understand that very clearly, and you're going to be able to, utilize that to your advantage. And also, others are going to be easier to understand. Their agenda will be easier to see and easier to understand. And also, Mars in Leo at the beginning will get you more recognition from the 8th on. So basically what we're saying is when Mars is still in Cancer, up until the 8th, you understand people's motives better, what makes them buy things or say yes to things. And then after the 8th, with Mars ingress into Leo, you will feel you're getting more recognition. And that will help in areas of money. Okay, now health. And with Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, you might feel that it's all or nothing, but just, you don't have to, you feel like you want to know everything about somebody in order to be able to move your agenda forward because of Mars. Because Mars makes you want to move your agenda forward. And Pluto helps you know everything about everybody. But then understand that makes people feel vulnerable. So if you want to be liked, just understand that you don't want people to feel too vulnerable, because then they'll be defensive. That's all. So come a little bit more from understanding and love and, in your personal relationships. But these things that you utilize in money will be helpful. You don't have to use love in money situations, because you have to have some boundaries, because people walk right over you unless you have some boundaries. You don't want people to take advantage of you because you have a good heart. Okay. Health from Barchiel, health transmission. The first week of August is healing for the immune system. And the rest of the month is going to be powerful for the heart, the circulatory system, and the spine, and fourth chakra, this kind of thing, because of the ingress of Mars into Leo. Now, with Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, that is difficult for the gallbladder. So you don't want to have too much fatty foods. You want to decrease in August the amount of fatty foods, because Pluto is, this all month, is retrograde in Capricorn. This month, Scorpio, it's probably best for you to be able to calm the body down by doing maybe some abdominal breathing, because you might feel anxious, and too much shallow breathing in the chest area, and not enough deep abdominal breathing, might cause you to become more anxious. So what you want to do is not, you don't want to breathe in such a way that you hyperventilate. And that's why, again, you want to bring it more down to the abdomen when you breathe. That's the way we used to breathe when we were babies, as you know, into the abdomen. Do your deep breathing into the abdomen. And be, center on your breath. And that will really help to calm you down during this month when anxiety might become a factor. And once you get used to abdominal breathing, at first you have to sort of be conscious of it. And after a while, it sort of becomes a little bit more involuntary and puts you back into actually the place where magic does work. Because, of course, the best magicians in the world are children and babies who don't have an agenda. That's where miracles come from. So you want to return to the crown chakra, which is Keter, in Rosicrucian Kabbalah, which is called the babe. It's where that part of you that wasn't so over-socialized resides, and where there is no agenda and there is no fear, and the world is a very magical place when you're utilizing abdominal breathing. So this is a very good month to do that. Now, other breathing techniques that get a little bit more fancy, where you start to visualize various either runestone images or Hebrew letters, which is a very ancient technique, which with specific colors and things like that. When people try to focus on these things, you can utilize that. But if you utilize the concentration that feels like you're trying to force something, you're never going to get anywhere. But if you utilize learning how to relax your own sphere of sensation, you'll do much better. And again, the goal is not, to control everything. The goal is to make your environment happy for you and comfortable for you. And then everything around you takes care of itself. Because of course you're concerned about other people. However, all those people reside within you. Because your sphere of sensation, your reality is a hologram. And if you're well cared for, and you love yourself, then everybody you care for and everybody you love will experience the benefit of that. And that teaching comes from Robert Zink from the Esoteric Order of the Golden Dawn. Okay, now we're going to, say this. If you have any kind of problems, health problems, and issues, please speak with your licensed physician. Okay. Mars is going to be direct in Cancer again till the 8th, and then after that, the ingress of Mars is into Leo. This is your afterglow, your planetary aspects and facets that we feel are good for you to know this month. Okay, we'll go through Mars first. So again, Mars direct in Cancer, and then to ingress into Leo, direct on the 8th. Mars is direct in 2015. Okay, now the 6th, Mars trine Saturn. On the 7th, Mars opposing Ceres, that's the Divine Mother. On the 8th, Mars ingress into Leo. 22nd, Mars in conjunct Neptune retrograde. And on the 29th, Mars in conjunct Pluto retrograde. Okay, these are the Pluto planetary aspects and facets that we want to highlight. Pluto is retrograde again in Capricorn in August of 2015. On the 6th, Sun is in conjunct Pluto retrograde. On the 15th, Mercury is trine Pluto retrograde. And on the 29th, Mars is in conjunct Pluto retrograde. All right, Scorpio. Thank you for joining us. This is your Angelic Horoscope transmission. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us, and join us again next month.